Now, in the saga of scripture writing, I'm still on Ephesians. And obviously, we talked about wives, but Paul also addresses the husbands. And he says, husbands, love your wives as God, Jesus loved the church and gave himself, all of that. So Ephesians 25, you can read it for yourself. I'm going to make a comment on that. I want you to understand how revolutionary Paul is in this particular verse. Today, in this day and age, you that are looking at me through a camera on your phone or whatever, the idea of marrying presupposes that you married someone you loved. Okay, you married for love. You marry someone you had affinity with, and you guys do each other. You take care of each other because you love each other, and you have children and the such. I want you to understand that this is revolutionary because that wasn't the case in the first century. I'm not saying it never happened, but that wasn't the reason people got married. People got married because it was a good alliance for the family, because it was an economic benefit for either or, and all of that. And I am sure the love grew to be part of their lives. But this romantic idea of getting married for love, that's something uh, that we have now. Okay, even up to I think the 1800s, that idea of getting married for love was not necessarily a thing. It was a thing of convenience, of mutual benefit for both families, etc. And so what I'm trying to point out here is ask yourselves questions. Why would Paul have to tell a husband to love his wife? Why would Paul have to tell a wife to treat her husband in the way that she would treat Jesus? Uh, there is a cultural context that you are missing, okay? In order to understand Paul clearly, you have to understand the cultural context that he lived in, okay? So, like I said, does that still apply today? Well, yes, of course. You should love your husband. Your husband should love you. You have mutual respect and love for each other. But just remember that was not the case. That's why Paul had to tell people. Some things that we do now, we do already, that Paul had to tell people how to do and why to do them. All right, God bless.